Good morning, everybody. It's eBays and bacon time. I was gonna do the video yesterday, and then I just didn't. And you're gonna have to excuse like my excessive eye makeup this morning. Okay, I have this unhealthy obsession with like purple eyeshadow, but I haven't owned any in about 18 years. And I ended up getting some because I got some new like eyeshadow palettes, and so I ended up getting like an eyeshadow palette that had like purple in it. So then I wore it yesterday for the first time, and then this morning I was like, oh, let me put it on, and then I was like doing like the highlighting, contouring, and then it like just got really obsessive. Like, this is not a daytime look. Like, this is not 8:30 in the morning eyeshadow. This is like I'm going to the club eyeshadow right now, because what ended up happening is I was like, oh well, this is a little too dark, so let me like put some lighter color on it. And then I'm like, oh, it's still too dark, so I'll put it was almost like a white, like a like an off-white. I was like, I'll put that on there. So I have like 4 different eyeshadow colors on this morning, trying to mute it. I should have just took it off. Like, I should have just wiped it off, but instead I like caked on, look at it, and it's shiny. I like caked on like all of this eyeshadow. So yeah, you'll have to excuse my clubbing eyeshadow this morning at 8:30. So anyway, I wanted to talk today. Well, actually, I wanted to talk yesterday, but I didn't. I didn't do it, about setting attainable goals, because I was talking with a couple different people about that. Because people I know, they're constantly setting goals. Because you feel like it's going to motivate you. But what ends up happening is, it's like, instead of the goal actually motivating you, instead it becomes a discouragement, where you have this plan and you get very excited about the plan, and most people are way more excited about the plan than they should be, because they're all plan and no execution. That's my problem. I'm all good intentions with no follow through. So I've been working on changing that a lot lately. And I have been using this little organizer that you've seen me do my weekly updates, or my daily, keeping tallies and writing down video. See, look, I wrote down that video I was supposed to make that I didn't do. And then here's another idea for a video I was going to do. And yeah, so I've been doing a really good job of kind of keeping track of certain things, but really not overthinking it, because I think sometimes we have a tendency of setting these, like, sometimes it's too many goals at once. That's a problem. People are setting too many goals at once, where they're like, I'm going to quit smoking, and I'm going to lose 40 pounds, and I'm going to become a vegan, and I'm going to do yoga, and I'm going to save $1,000, and I'm going to join the PTA, and I'm going to, and then I don't do anything. People kind of set up too many goals. So I had talked about that before, when I had originally started the eBays and Bacon, where I wanted people to set a minimum goal, like something small, minimal, something that they could reach. We were basically working, and I say we because I feel like we are doing this as a team, like that we were, trying to build momentum. That's what I was talking about then, was building momentum. And I think that really helped me a lot, in that, that's why I've been doing so well for the last 3 weeks on hitting the 2 goals that I had for my business, which was $500 in sales, 40 new listings. So building up that momentum back, when we were talking about that, that was really important. And I remember a lot of people were coming and commenting and saying how it was helping, it was making a difference. But I was still seeing at that time people setting goals that were too big. And then 2 days later, I didn't see their names anymore. They were, yay, I totally want to participate. And then come 3 days, they're not around anymore. You know, they might still be watching, but they're not talking, which to me means they have admitted defeat. And instead of continuing to truck on, like most people, and I do it myself a lot, you get discouraged and you just quit. So instead of doing, you know, if you set a goal for 20 and you do none, you know, then you don't just like go, oh, well, maybe I should reevaluate. Instead, you just, I quit. I don't want to do that anymore. That didn't work. That I think that's the thing that a lot of, that didn't work. That's just not for me. You know, it's not for me. But so what I ended up doing yesterday, because Nicole State was talking to me in a video, and she said, Deborah, you need to go get you one of these organizers and organize your life. She doesn't talk like that, but I don't know why I just did that. Oh, she wasn't talking directly to me? Dang. You mean she was talking to y'all too? Man, that kind of hurts my feelings. No, just kidding. No, Nicole will probably see this later. I was actually at Michael's yesterday, texting back and forth with her, trying to get her advice on this organizer. She was basically shopping the organizer with me. I was sending pictures and asking questions. I'm like, I feel like a dummy. But I did go and buy, because Jeff Davidson did as well. So apparently we're all on a planner bandwagon. We have no affiliation with this company whatsoever, so don't think that we're all trying to, you know. But anyway, I went and bought a happy planner. Mine says be happy. I got the really big one. You can see it's an 8.5 by 11. They have, the other ones are smaller. They're like 8 by 8 or something. But I needed more writing space, because that was the problem that I have with the planner that I have now, which I actually really like. I got it at Walgreens. It's really cute. It says be the change. And it has a very similar setup to this happy planner. Like, it has your monthly stuff, you got your notes, and then it has the day-by-day breakdowns, and then, come on, camera, we can do it. And then, okay. And then it has like your to-dos for the week and little check boxes. So it's a really cute setup. It's set up a lot like the happy planner, but it's so small. Like, look at the little tiny lines. They're like an inch across. Like, when I'm trying to write something, like, look, when I'm writing this down, this is one thing. I can only write one word on each line. So instead of being able to write like order business cards, I had to write order business cards. So anyway, but since I have been, and I only paid $5 for this, since I have been doing a fairly good job of writing down stuff, like, see, I wrote things, see, I thought I was justified in going and getting one. Nicole did kind of push me along, and so did Jeff. He was like, go get one, my whole family got one. So I went and got one, and I spent last night with a bottle of wine and a bunch of packages of stuff I didn't need to buy, but for some reason thought I needed them, and got me a happy planner, and put it together. So now you can see I've got bigger space to write in, and I used it yesterday. I copied Nicole, see, because I can't be original because I'm not good at this stuff. This is not my expertise. Please do not ever ask me how to do anything that is even remotely crafty, which this is at maximum craftiness that I have the ability to do. And I was literally trying to, like, I'm looking at the packaging, trying to get ideas because I'm not this person. but I did like put little stickies, and this is like my daily, and these are my like, so this is going to be like my business area of how much money I spent and how much money I made, and you know, down here is kind of like ideas and things that I need to do, and then these are goals for the day and stuff like that. We'll see. I'm gonna have to incorporate the two things that I currently use, which is my little tally book, which I'm gonna be sad to not use anymore because look how long I've been using this thing, like for a really long time. This goes back, let's see, how many years? I think 3. Oh, look, I had an idea written at the top. Don't steal it, okay? Don't steal my idea. Scroll finger decorations. Yeah. Everybody says that's a dumb idea. Nobody gonna steal that. Let's see, 1 year, 2 years. Yeah, it goes back 2.5 years. I have on here my notes from when I went to the eBay in-person event, where I met Griff and some of the other eBay head honchos, and we got to ask questions, and this was when they were rolling out all of the new seller defect stuff, and people were losing their minds, and it was like eBay ship was sinking and everybody was panicking, and it was crazy. So yeah, for 2.5 years I've had this little book, and I'm gonna miss using it. I use it every day. It has all of my listings from 2.5 years. See, when I first started, I was doing it by the week, and so I had the date, and then I put all the listings, took up 1 page, and then I was like crossing them off. But now you can see that didn't last long. So like the next month I was like, nah, I should do it by the day. Yeah, I'm gonna miss using my little eBay book. It's actually an eBay book. I'm gonna miss it. Maybe I can still use it, and then I can like use my little stampies, because I bought stampies to put it in the book, because I like my eBay book. Plus that's really big, and I don't see it like sitting flat on my desk all day long. But this book will be retired because I haven't used it for very long. I've only had it for a month. So anyway, so on that topic, well, let me go check the chat real quick because I haven't looked at it since I started, and then I will get on to the topic of the day. Let's see. Oh, Jenny says she's on the way to the bins. How's your wrist doing? Are you feeling better? I would be scared if the bins with any type of injury. Debbie says my planner has dust on it. Yes, I have a planner collection. I should call it like a planner, like cemetery or planner retirement home, or I buy them and then I don't use them. So the only reason why I felt that I could even justify spending $60 on a planner, now bear in mind the planner was not $60, it was 40% off. So it only cost me like $23, but then I ended up buying $40 more in stuff I didn't need, like a checkbox stamper, and some stickers and some things that I don't need, but I went ahead and bought them, like this divider thingy that I put this thingy on that says, today on my list, hustle like a boss. And yeah, see all the little stickers I bought for no reason at all, because I gotta go all in if I'm gonna do it, right? Yeah, the only reason why I felt justified even buying them is because I have been using the other planner for like a month. So I was like, okay, if I'm using that every day, then it's okay. I can, let's see. Duffercat says you can find free sticker templates on Pinterest. I don't Pinterest. Jeff Davidson yesterday was like, oh, I'll make a happy planner board and you can follow me. And I was like, Jeff, I don't really do Pinterest. I have accounts, but I don't look at it. You know, all I do is I post eBay stuff to it. I just press the Pinterest button and I post things over to my business board, but I don't look at Pinterest. And he's like, are you even a woman anymore? Like, what kind of chick are you? And I was like, yeah, I think some lady came and just stole my chick card because I don't do Pinterest. But I did hear from him that there are all kinds of ideas over there, and he has all of these printouts and things and stickers and all kinds of stuff that he's planning on doing. And hey, we got Pete and Chad in the chat. Good morning, you guys. I was messing with Pete last night on his video. I did he was talking about the sand, the laptop sand, and so I changed the lyrics to the Beyonce Sandcastles song. You have to go look at it. It was pretty funny. At least I thought it was. So anyway, now that I'm done with the chat, let's go ahead and Tanya said, you got the planner at Michael's, right? Did you use the 40% off coupon? No, because planners were already on sale. All of the planner, I keep saying planner stuff is 40% off. So yeah, I felt justified buying it all. Dollar Tree has flexible cutting boards. They are made of great material that you can cut and use as inserts in your planner as well. You know, I think the problem that I was having yesterday was I was like, you know what, I'm going to spend more time messing with this planner than I am going to be using the planner. And, but no, I'm not going to do that. I am going to follow through. Okay, so let's get on the topic. I was talking with a friend of mine, and she knows who she is. I just don't like to say names when it's somebody's personal struggles or whatever. But anyway, I was talking to a friend of mine about setting goals. And because I've seen a lot of people recently, but they do it all the time, setting goals. And then every day they kind of don't hit those goals, and then they feel discouraged and kind of like they let themselves down. Or especially like us, since we're like public figures, and we have social media, we tell other people about our goals and then we don't do them, and then you feel extra awful because people are following along with you, and so it makes you feel horrible when, at least for me, it makes me feel like an extra failure when I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and here's my plan. And then, a couple days later, people, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not making it, like it makes you feel not great. So I was talking to her about my goals that I had set up with the 40 new listings a week. And that's what I've been doing. I'm on week 4 now. 40 new listings a week, $500 in sales. And, the thing about it is, it's like, with the $500 goal, it's not like I really have any control over it other than listing, but I have no control. It's not like I can go motivate people to buy. It's like, hey, you over there at ebay.com, you come buy my stuff. I can't really do anything. It's kind of out of my hands. But having the numbers written down and just acknowledging that they were there was a motivation, So, anyway, sorry, I just got nauseous. Anyway, so I set that goal. I didn't just pull those numbers out of the sky. Like, when I set the goal, I actually went back and I looked at my tally book. I looked to see kind of historically how much I was actually listing. And then I went and looked at my sales numbers, and I actually evaluated those things all the way back to April. And I was like, okay, the goal that I'm going to set based off of, the past couple of months is $500 in sales and 40 new listings, because I knew I typically am doing 25 to 30. So if I set the goal as 40, it's not too far out of reach, but it's not my norm. It's almost like if you walked every day, if that was like your exercise plan, something that you did for your health, and you're like, oh, well, I normally walk, 10 miles a week, but I'm going to set a goal to walk 14. That's an extra, half a mile every day, so you're going just a little bit further, but you're not setting a goal saying, oh, I normally walk 10 miles a week, but I'm going to start doing 25. Okay, that's a little way more out of range. So with that, I'm sorry, I'm getting like, I don't know. With my normal like numbers that I was having, I figured 40 new listings was not too far. Like if I set a goal of 50 or 60, that I'm not going to do that many. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not. I already know that. That means I would have to list 10 items a day with 1 day off. And if I missed a day or I wasn't feeling that great, then I'd have to make up on the other days. And then, well, what if I do, 2 on 1 day and then so you get thrown off really easily. So basically, with the 40, it was just outside of my norm. It was 10 more. So it meant 2 additional listings a day if you broke it down that small. Which what it has done, because the first 2 weeks I didn't hit my goal. I had listed like 30 something. However, I didn't feel bad about it. I was doing more than I normally did. So even though I didn't hit my goal, I didn't feel bad that I didn't hit the goal because I still did more than normal. And then last week, not really last week, but week 3, because it runs like Thursday to Wednesday, sorry. So week 3, I actually did hit my goal. I got to the 40, and I even did 1 more just for fun. I was like, oh, I hit my goal, yay! I'm going to do 1 more. And so I did 41. And that was really awesome. And that was exactly what I wanted this goal to do. I wanted it to, even on the weeks that I didn't reach it, I still felt accomplished. I was still encouraged. And when I did reach it, I was extra excited. So instead of, feeling like on the weeks that I didn't reach it, I was like, oh, I didn't make it. I didn't do as many as I was supposed to. That stinks. I only did 30 and my goal was 70, or I only did 20 and my goal was 50. I didn't get discouraged by that. I was just trying to get as close as I could, so if I did 34, hey, that was still good. That's way better than 25, So I think it's important to set attainable goals that are just outside of your norm. If you typically list 5 items a day, set a goal for 7 items a day. Something just outside of your norm. Not too easy, but not where you're really having to push, and you really kind of can't give yourself a break, because I know from experience that doesn't work for me. I get discouraged and I quit. This has worked. I'm on week 4. Week 4 started yesterday. I listed 10 things yesterday. it wasn't a great sales day. I only sold like $72 in stuff, but I did my listings. So I could have done more, but I was happy where I was. And honestly, yesterday I was in the office. I got in here at what, 8 something. I messed around on Facebook for a while. And then I got to work. Like I started listing, taking pictures, cleaning up this stuff that I was trying to list, and then it ended up not working. And I was in here pretty much the whole day from 8 until 5. And I listed 10 things. And at 5 o'clock, I was literally like, I was talking to Brian, and I was like, Brian, I gotta get out of my office. I can't even be in here for one more minute. I need to get out of here. And that's something that I am establishing as a goal. It will be a new goal. I got to take the time, and I've talked about this before, and it's been a real struggle for me to get out of this office and not use it as a place other than working. So yesterday, instead of like I typically do, where I would sit in here and like, oh, I'm not going to work, so I'm going to sit in here and watch Netflix, I actually went and sat on the couch and watched some TV. And then I texted Nicole, and I was like, I'm going to go get one of the organizers. And I ended up taking a shower and getting dressed, and I got way too dressed up to like go to Michael's, but I needed that kind of like emotional backup, like that feeling of, hey, I look nice, you know? So I went to Michael's and ended up going to the grocery store, and then I came home, and instead of coming in here where I would have had more space, I actually sat at my dining table and I watched Netflix, and I put the organizer together. So I'm really working on making this space not an all-around Deborah location, where when my family comes home, they know I'm in the office. So I'm going to work on that, about getting out of here. And I noticed that happened last weekend as well, where I didn't want to work. And even though I had the time, I came in here and I just messed around. I didn't actually work, because this has become a place that's not work oriented, and I need to make that stop. So anyway, I am going to continue to do my 40 listings goal. I'm going to try to start using my organizer and following through on my video plans. I have all kinds of plans for videos that I just don't do. But I am going to do my sales update video later today. I have it written down to do that. However, I did do it as a I did it as a little sticky that can be moved, just in case I do it tomorrow. I did that on purpose. I didn't write it down. I put it on the sticky. But so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go to the grocery store, because I am going to start a different way of eating. I need to get back on track of counting my calorie intake every day, because with the new diagnosis of me having thyroid issues, and I've put on a massive amount of weight over the last 2 years, even just in the last year has been really bad. And I'm not a person that's going to just go, oh, well, I have an issue with my health and that makes it harder to lose weight, so I'm going to just be fat. It's not, if I can fix it, I'm going to fix it. So I need to go buy some kind of convenience food to, it makes it a little easier when things are a little more monotonous. I think that's the problem what people have when they're doing a type of way of eating plan or diet or whatever you want to call it. They set their goals are too lofty, and they end up going and buying all of this different stuff, and it's really a lot better if you just simplify the whole process and kind of eat the same things every day. instead of making it really complicated. Because when you make things too complicated, you just tend to, when I say you, I mean me, tend to not follow through. So I've got to go to the grocery store and do that. And but I'm gonna work on listing, and I have some things to ship out, and hopefully later today I will do my sales update video. I'm gonna check the chat, and then we're gonna head out. Let's see. And anyone know how I get email notifications of live streams? You subscribe to the channel, and then you have to set it up as one of your notifications. I don't really know how, because some people I get notifications for and some people I don't. Debbie says, I have a handicapped husband and daughter. Their unpredictable needs often get in the way of my goals, and I don't know how to handle that. I need to be flexible. Yes, that is why I have never been a person that is able to have one of those planners that starts at 7 a.m. and goes like hour by hour. Because what would end up happening is I would set up this quote unquote schedule, and then when the schedule didn't match up with the plan, I didn't do any of the things. I was very all or nothing. I think that's something that, you know, you look at it and you're like, oh, I wasn't able to do it, so I'm just not going to do any of them. You know, and that's a really common problem for me that I have tried very hard to overcome, the, you know, all or nothing mentality of things. You know, I see people do it all the time, especially when they are doing any type of diet, you know, change of eating. If they mess up at all, you know, oh, I had something I wasn't supposed to have, you know, that dressing, you know, was, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was 200 calories in that packet of dressing from Chick-fil-A. Now I'm going to get a cookie and ice cream too because I already messed up. And then I'm going to, you know, so it's kind of like all or nothing mentality. And that is like the destroyer of everything. If you can learn to just roll with the punches, you'd be highly more successful, you know. So Jean says, I did 44 last week, and this week I've only done about 10. Tanya says, I like the idea of doing 40 listings. I'm only 26 into my 50 goal by Sunday evening. Yeah, for me, I know some people do 40 in a day. I can't. I'm just not that kind of lister. But I know 40 in a week I can do, and if I don't reach it, I'm going to get really close. But I know if I set my goal at 50, I wouldn't get there. I wouldn't even get close. And I would actually be more discouraged than anything, because that's just not the appropriate goal for me. But like I said, some people do 40 or 50 in a day. You know, I can't. So, all right. Anyway, that is, that's all I wanted to talk about today. You know, just kind of what I had going on. And thanks everybody for coming and watching me ramble on eBays and bacon, because that's what I do on the eBays and the bacons. And I'll see you guys again really soon. Love you.